we did that bit one time where we took calls from folks that have crazy relatives. We all have one. Mm-hmm. In fact, I remember
some of us have more than one.
We were down in Georgia, and we heard this like 100 times. Somebody would walk up, and we'd get to meet them, and they would see the honky down at the end of the table, the No Limit honky, and there'd be a little child standing there, and they would say to the child, "Oh, don't worry, don't be afraid of the honky. He's just like Uncle Jerry."
Yeah, that happened. I heard that. Yeah, a lady said to her little girl who was frightened by the honky, "He's just like our Uncle Jerry." Just calm down.
Everybody seems to have a relative like that. Well, we had an encounter last night. My wife and I and our 3 children, we went out to dinner. We went to a nice Mexican place, and we're sitting there having a good family time. It was kids eat free night.
Oh. Where were you? Which one? Which place?
We had a nice Mexican place.
Which one?
One that serves your chips and salsa and tostitas and tostadas.
Was it Casa?
I don't know. It was Mexican.
Hola. Luisa, ¿qué tal bastante bien? ¿Cómo está?
It was a nice Mexican place. I love the food, and so there we are having a nice family night.
Stop, you're turning me on.
This man, and he's somebody's relative, walks up to the table. He's an older gentleman, sweet man, but a little bit out there. And he begins to sit down at our table.
Just sit down with you and the kids?
Just sit right down.
But you better not have said, "It's okay, kids, don't be afraid. He's just like our Uncle Steve."
At first I thought, well, maybe this is someone in management or something, and then this is the way they come and ask how everything is going.
Because sometimes they will sit down with you. They do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But this man began to tell us that he signed the Declaration of Independence several years ago. He began to tell us that he was, in fact, also John F. Kennedy in another life, and that he survived the shooting.
Survived the shooting?
Yeah, that he was
a sick cuckoo, wasn't it?
He told us he was JFK, and he bounced back from the shooting and was now doing fine. So the man would not leave the table. After several minutes, I thought to myself, well, you know what? I'll use my cell phone. I'll call the station. I'll record it so everyone can hear what we went through last night.
Did you offer him chips and salsa?
Well, I didn't feel comfortable offering him
D.C.
food necessarily.
He was a stranger, and I took him in.
Well, we took him in, but he didn't appear to be hungry.
Oh, I see.
In fact, he was a large man.
Yeah.
Very, very large. He didn't appear to be hungry. He just appeared to be, looking for a friend. But I called my voicemail and recorded this man who sat there for a good 20 minutes.
Now, did your kids think he was Thomas Jefferson? Because he said he was. Kids, believe.
The kids appeared a tad on the frightened side.
Now, you're probably going to get a call from Jacob's teacher today, because he's going to go to school and say, "Me and Mommy and Daddy had dinner with Thomas Jefferson last night."
Yeah.
And the teacher's going to be like, "This kid's got to stop lying."
Roll that tape a little bit. You'll hear the guy that came to our table and just made himself comfortable.
Hi, everybody. We are live here with, what's your name, sir? John R. Morton. And you are one of the folks that signed the Declaration of Independence, is that right? No. My ancestors did. Oh, your ancestors did? I see. And I'm Leslie Nielsen, by the way. Yeah, well, I don't know who you are. Yeah. And you had some thoughts on expensive hamburgers. I paid $50 for a hamburger. Now, $5 for the hamburger. Paid it by my personal check. It bounced. Okay, so I got shocked with a $25 charge. Now the bank turned around and resubmitted the check the following week, and I got hit with another $25. Now I figure that is a little bit of an expensive hamburger. Okay? I agree. Yeah. I agree. That's very expensive. Any other thoughts that you'd like to share with the vast majority of people listening? Yeah. One is ATM. There should be no special charges. Okay? I agree. Okay. Now there's something else I'm trying to think of. They do that I don't like. Well, don't come to me. I'll write your station a letter, okay? Will you do that? Yes. Please do. Yeah, and I'll come down tomorrow. Anything else in closing? Yeah. Put the Cardinals in the Embassy Suite parking lot. All right. Sounds like a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, well, you figure you got the dome parking. You got the parking, at the casino. You got 3 subway stops.
Oh, yeah.
And the bridge will open probably in 2 years. It's a good idea. So I say, bring Montreal down here as an American League team. I mean, this town has been shortchanged since what? 54. 54, yeah. Yeah. In other words, many people don't realize the Baltimore Orioles are the old Browns. That's very true. Very true. Thank you, sir. Take care. All right, have a good day.
So he just walks up and sits him down at the table.
Sits down and just decides to, just tell us everything he's thinking.
But before you knew he was goofy enough to call your voicemail and record it, he said he was Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, first thing he said to us is, I signed the Declaration of Independence several years ago. He said, if you look at it, you'll see my name. He said, right in the right-hand corner, that's my name. I said, okay. Then he told us he was JFK, and he had been shot, but had lived through it.
Did he just finally get up and walk off?
Finally he did. But, he seemed harmless.
How'd the kids react?
Just, stood there a little bit frightened. We were all, because we didn't know what, he just sits down at the table.
And Daddy's got some more weird friends coming over.
Exactly. John R. Morton that was his name there.
He said he's coming down here today.
Yeah. By the way, the Morton.
I say give him a show on the talk station. They need the help. And he's got great opinions.
He also said that he had the Morton name because he invented salt, too. So.
No, he did.
Yeah, that's why he said the Morton name was from his family, and he invented salt.
It'd be funny if he did.
It may be. I don't know. But it was kind of a wild night at the restaurant.